And good evening. Welcome here to Cavs TV as we get ready for tip-off between the Nomads of Montmorency against the Champlain Cavaliers here on this Friday evening in St-Lambert, Quebec. It is quarterfinal Friday night. The final 8 teams left with 2 tickets at the helm for a trip to British Columbia for the Nationals in a fortnight's time as we get ready for tip-off between the Nomads and the Cavaliers. As I welcome our broadcast partner, someone who has played on this gym court many times, has won a national title at the university level, and now here in the broadcast booth, Gabriel Hebert. Gab, good evening to you. We get ready between Momo and Champlain. It is the ultimate David versus Goliath game here with these 2 schools going at it today. Yeah, good evening. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be back in the gym after, that hectic year. And the popcorn in your hair as well. Let's not forget about that, right? No, exactly. So we look at Champlain. This is a team that is in uncharted territory as being the #1 seed against a program like Momo that has been to multiple nationals, but yet they are in the bottom half of the seeds. So is nerves a big thing for either side in the early going of this matchup today? Oh, that's for sure. I think especially in quarterfinals, that type also of game is also, nerve-wracking because for some of those players, it's their first provincial experience in terms of playoff. And usually, we have a format where it's more of a tournament. So you have also that momentum, that hype of being in those playoff type comparing to this year, having, teams hosting those type of games. So that's for sure going to be a bit challenging, nerve-wracking in the first minutes. But that's where you'll see your key players kind of calming down the plays and setting the tones for tonight's game. How important is it for either side to set the tone early on so you have that team catch up to you in this matchup? I think in the playoff especially, it's very, very important to really set the type, the momentum, having, those, like I mentioned, young teams with sometimes less experience, really setting the tone and kind of imposing your style of play is going to be key tonight. And, of course, talk about the fact that what's at stake is that 2 wins gets you a berth at the Nationals in British Columbia at VIU. 3 gets you the gold medal. And, of course, at the end of the day, that goal is what everyone wants to have on their necks by next Friday night. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think both of those teams, have a chance tonight to make it happen. Momo has more of an underdog play team. And Champlain, having this year the target on their back, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how those 2 teams, let it play tonight. As we get now ready for the player introductions for Champlain, and then a tip-off between the Cavs and the Nomads here from St-Lambert, Quebec, and what will be the first of maybe 2, 3 games for either side. It is March Madness, Gab, so anything can happen. I know, exactly, and it's going to be also very interesting to see in the other 3 games happening tonight, who's going to be the next matchup for one of those 2 teams. All right, here we go. It is now time for tip-off here. 8 teams remain. 2 wins gets you a trip to BC. 3 wins gets you a gold and a trip. Showing the authority will definitely be the key to victory here, as Champlain are in their home grades with blue and white numerals, and the Nomads are in their navy with fluorescent green numerals. As we're getting ready for tip-off here, Flarget will be tipping it off against Gerbil, the 2 big hitters of the attacking front for Champlain and for Momo. As 40 minutes from now, we'll find out who will be advanced to Sunday's semifinal game on a short notice because, of course, it is the clock's moving up, so Gab can't sleep in if we're here on Sunday. No, exactly. Our underway here will be Momo going left to right for this opening possession, Champlain right to left. Last time the Nomads were here, they actually showed a little bit of ingenuity in the first quarter and gave the Cavaliers tough issues in the first quarter. Coming through is Fusa, and that shot is no good. Frost gets the first rebound, and away come the Cavaliers. No, exactly, and we see that controlling the boards will be major key tonight for both of those teams, as giving only 1 opportunity per plays is going to be key. Champlain almost averaging about 48 rebounds per game, which is #1 in the conference. Here's Flarget facing up against Gerbil. In the paint she goes, strong, and the first 2 do not go through. Gerbil with the rebound. Oh yeah, so those type of play where you can get easy baskets are going to be very important to
capitalize tonight.
And unforced error by the Nomads. That ball going back to Laval. And that will go back to the Cavaliers as we're about 50 seconds in. Still donuts between the Nomads and the Cavs in the early going here. Good crowd tonight on a Friday evening, which is expecting some snow, which is not what we wanted in early March or Cavs. So we'll see how this plays out. Chloe Oliver now on the right wing, looking for options. She's got two to her left. Here's Rayo. Extra pass. Sauder now will slow it back up as she goes back into the orbit looking for help from Flargen. She gets going towards the left, driving, looking three, and that is off the range. Rebound Flargen in traffic, and that will not count. Play on in empty possession for the Cavaliers.
No, exactly. We can see as of this start a little bit of nervousness from both teams. Momo trying to put a lot of pressure on defense, and we'll see how Champlain reacts to that.
And the cleanup comes through. Diallo's first 2 points, had 10 points and 11 rebounds on Tuesday, and off to a 2-0 lead for the Nomads. And the same thing has played out where the slow start for the Cavaliers against the Nomads has been the same script.
Exactly, and no extra possession for them. Momo controlling the board very well so far.
Another one and done possession. Here they come back the other way. Zoutian now has it going towards the Frost from 17 feet, finds it into the teeth of traffic, back out, jumper on the near side. Yes, 4-0 lead, and a big shot coming in from.
Yeah, great inside-out play. Well played by Momo and making 4-0 so far.
5 of the last 6 games, he scores 50-plus points. Sauder now driving, walled off, back out to Frost, and a turnover by the Cavaliers. And right now, as the number 1 seed, they are taking some shots to the jaw in the early going.
Yeah, exactly. I think they'll have to make sure that they stretch the floor well, much better, and continue to attack. Well, Momo seems to have a bit of a problem controlling them. And then as Champlain starting to make those two, they'll be back in the game soon.
Post play, Jabril into the traffic and fouled, and she will go to the line for 2 with 7:29 left, fouled by Flargen. And for Jabril this year had 14-9 and went 7-9 shooting, 15 minutes of play, and a big central figure for this Nomads attack. And now at the free throw line, and again as a unit this year, shooting only 51% from the free throw line gap. That's not going to win you many basketball games.
No, exactly. I think that kind of percentage is not looking too good so far.
That's a Mogan shot over there, 51%. And the first free throw is good for Jabril.
Yeah.
Shooting about 41%. So if there's someone at the line that Champlain will want to put, is her at 41%. Second attempt. And it's an early lead here. And early going right now, Vanny up 12-9 over St. Jean at the start of the second quarter up in St. Laurent. So 6-0 lead here for the Nomads. And for the first quarter, Gab, Champlain plus 16. Meanwhile, for the Nomads, minus 39 in the plus-minus ratio.
Oh, exactly. I think Momo's game plan is really to put a lot of defensive pressure on Champlain to make them, do mistakes. And so far, it's been working well for them.
Yeah, right now, it's a bit of a twitchy start for the Cavaliers. It's been not a nomadic start for the Nomads, but a bright start for them as they're on the front foot in the early going, up by 6. Coming through, traffic again in the paint, whistle, turnover, and a walk going against Nomads.
Yeah, great defensive play right there, stopping the drive to the basket and making sure that nobody is available in the paint.
And they had 42 turnovers against St. Jean earlier this year. And in fact, this year they were 0-5 on the road. Champlain 7-0 at home, and they're up by 6 Nomads. Here's Flargen looking for the first basket. Rayo off her hands on the end line. Sauder open, near side 3. Off the mark and recovered by the Nomads. And here they come back looking for more points the other way.
Yeah, great find, great three-point shot. Just having a little bit more legs on that shot, and, it's going right in.
Post play again to the left, and that's deflected, blocked off this time. And Montmorency going to get that cleanly. Second chance at the apple, and that will be a foul. And 2 shots right now. And now George Mouse going to the bench, bringing Danae Skelton on the next whistle.
Yeah, great hustle by the Nomad on that play, capitalizing on those second, third opportunity and going back to the line where it pays well.
Montmorency had 50 minutes of action, 4 points on Tuesday and 2 rebounds, had 11 offensive rebounds during the regular season, hit on 24 field goals. And now 7-0 lead, a touchdown lead for the Nomads of Montmorency.
Again, those type of games, free throws are super important. They are easy baskets to make.
And
great
right
offensive rebound, exactly. And, right from the bat, we're at 9-point advantage.
9-0 lead flying out of the gates right now. The Cavaliers are stuck in the parking lot of the St-Lambert campus. Dargent is walled off. Whistle and a walk, and another turnover going against the Cavaliers. And right now, they are stuck in no man's land trying to get forward.
Yeah, I think not probably the start they have hoped and expected. Having them like during that season, great start of games, taking control and advantage really quickly. Pretty sure there's going to be a timeout to kind of try to reset things pretty quickly.
That jumper no good. Frost with the rebound, and away come the Cavaliers. Frost being trapped off and back out to Sada. She'll bring it back up court. And she's definitely the central figure of this Cavalier attack with Oliver to her right. Momo about to make a sub in the next dead ball. Here's Skelton's three. That is off the range right now. Cannot find the mark at all as we're almost 5 minutes through. And away they come with the Euro step, deflect out of bounds off the missed shot from Zuitin. And now coming back in the game will be number 3, and Genty. And Dubula along with Lanafa coming in for the Cavaliers. So George Duval is trying to find the first basket. It's Momo ball right now. Would you call a timeout if the Nomads do score in this possession?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Just to, calm things down, making sure that we're on the right path, executing. It's still very early in the game, so there's no panic button to hit, but just making sure that they stick to the game plan.
Well, they can't man the panic stations just yet, as again, there's plenty of racetrack in this matchup here. 9-0 lead for the Nomads over the Cavaliers. Oliver looking to negotiate, try to find Dubula in the paint. She's double teamed, and we're seeing a transition here where every time Champlain has got the ball deep in the territory, they're being doubled by 2 blue shirts from Momo.
No, exactly. Momo is really trying to squeeze, tighten up that key, making sure that no Champlain player can reach out the basket. And they've been pretty successful so far.
A bit of a twitchy start for the Cavaliers. It's been a calm start for the Nomads. 6 left on the shot clock. Here's Sada. Can they get their first basket? Skelton. Left corner jumper for Oliver. That's off the mark, and another shot clock violation. A turnover again for the Cavaliers, who had 28 against Lennoxville, which was their high of the regular season.
Yeah, and as you can see on that play, Skelton is one of your, if not the best three-point player of your team. If she's going to pass on opportunity, she has to take and own those shots if they want to have a success of winning tonight.
Coming back in is Diallo. She'll swing it back out to the near side. Here is Fusa in a 1v1 against Lanafa. Going to her right. Fusa now backing up, looking for options. She's walled off. Lanafa taking away the shots denied. Into the teeth it goes in a shot clock violation. And a walk instead. So you could have called a shot clock violation or a marché on that.
Yep.
And it goes back to the Cavaliers.
Absolutely.
5:04 left here. Gabriel Hébert-Mocon on CAS TV. A 9-0 lead for the Nomads in the early going here. And we're seeing the same thing from Tuesday, that Nomads are going to press and try to minimize the speed of the Cavaliers.
Yeah, it's going to be also very interesting to see if they, can keep up with that pressure during the whole game.
Dubula, too strong in that. Lanafa with the rebound. Off balance and fouled, and that might calm the nerves for the Cavaliers to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think making that, those first few points, that first basket is going to release the pressure of, a pretty slow start for them. And it's going to be interesting to see after that if you can build up on that momentum.
Lanafa, 51% field goal shooter, had 11 offensive rebounds for the season. Champlain shot 67% from the free throw line. That won't help. And we'll see what they do now. And for Lanafa at the line, she was a 70% free throw shooter. It's a question getting that first one in to kind of ease the nerves. And that will not be the case. So Champlain still in the donuts. Early going at 4:40 left here in the first quarter. And back with it is Zutien. Back out to Diallo into Fusa. Fusa looking for Jabril from the free throw line against Dubula. Fadeaway left. That rims out. Rebound. Second chance. Denied. And back to the Cavaliers. And they go back the other way.
Yeah, great opportunity here on the second chance by Diallo. Champlain might have got lucky a bit, not getting any call on that play.
And with that, a football action. And that will go back to the Cavaliers. And the 15 left on the shot clock. 14 left on the game clock, and Rayo will come in for the Cavaliers for Chloe Oliver. No subs for the Nomads.
Yeah, and still no timeouts for Champlain to kind of reset the thing, so.
Taking a deep breath, perhaps, is what needs to be done.
Yep.
Here's Rayo. She's again walled off. Whistle on the play, and a foul this time going against Lamotte, and this will be the second team foul on the Nomads. First personal, and 4:14 left.
Yeah, great hustle by Lamotte. just a little too much hands on that play. But great hustle and kind of trying to impose that very aggressive defensive play.
Skelton now with it. She's 0 for 1, 0 for 2 from 3. Driving towards her left, back out to Rio at the center arc. Looking for options. Again, they're buzzing the Nomads. Double teaming every time possession happens. Lanafa, an absolute series in the first 2 points for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, exactly. We see that a lot of possession comes down to, last seconds of the shot clock. So both teams are putting a lot of pressure on defense, and that kind of seemed to
denied out of bounds. Lanafa putting that ball into the St. Lawrence.
Yeah, it seems to be a bit destabilized for both teams. Getting them out of what they want to run. So it's going to be interesting to see which team is going to be able to keep that momentum.
12 seconds left on the shot clock. 9-2 lead for the Nomads. Back out to Jabril, facing up against Duboul in the right corner. Into orbit it comes. Driving through the lane is Terzoli. Ramos now looking difficult shot. Too strong off the window. Rebound, Jabril off balance. Can't finish. Second attempt. No good. Third attempt denied, fouled, and will go to the line for 2 as Jabril wanted that ball more than the Cavaliers did.
No, exactly. Great hustle. Following the ball with her eyes, and she got what she deserves, so she's going to the free throw line.
They had 18 offensive rebounds on Tuesday. And when you think about their free throw attempts against the Cavaliers here, they only had 10 trips in that loss to Champlain. And already this will be trip number 4, which means 8 attempts in the first quarter, which is a much marked improvement from where they were back in November.
No, exactly. Absolutely.
Second attempt is good. An 11-2 lead. The Nomads are in first place in this matchup right now as they make a quick change coming in the game is Indigo Jerome, who's averaged about 3.5 points per game, almost intercepted. Quick hands from Fusa and back up ahead. And here's Rayo as they'll calm it down. Watch against Jabril in the end line. That ball is saved by Skelton, and they are buzzing and they are pressing, and there's a crash of bodies and a foul against the Nomads. And Antonin Jadul, who's a former Dawson coach under Trevor Williams, applying a high-intensity vice grip on the Cavaliers.
No, exactly, and the goal of that is to slow down the other team because they want to break that press, and after it, they're kind of out of rhythm from the offense they want to run. So that's exactly what Momo's trying to do to kind of impose that chaos, and it seems to be working out so far.
And right now, Cavaliers come up 0 for 2 in that possession off the mid-shot from Rayo and Cummings, and back up to Jabril as she's got plenty of oceans of space around Skelton. Strong and in for 2. 13-2 lead for the Nomads. 2:50 left here in this first quarter.
Great job, great in and out, just to kind of hesitate on the defensive player, and then she's leading the team so far.
Jumper, and in. 15-2 lead, the biggest lead of the day of 13 for the Nomads, and they're off and running here. And they lost by 26 to Vanier at Montmorency earlier this year, which was the biggest loss of their season. And right now, they are definitely not in that same script as they once were, back in the lead of 13.
Now you can see they're playing with a lot of confidence and, sticking to the game plan, not making too many mistakes, and staying very composed.
And they are composed indeed. Champlain a little bit rattled in the early going here in this first quarter of action as we approach 2 left in the opening possession of games. Jerome from the center arc. Lanafa on here, swings it back out to the near side. Genty posting up, pirouettes. Near side jumper from Jerome. That's off the side rim, right to Skelton, and away come the Cavaliers, down by 13. Skelton will drive, and that was an ambitious play, but creates a foul out of nothing, and will go to the free throw line for the first time this evening.
Yeah, exactly. And you see both teams are starting to get a bit tired after that that actually fast-paced start. For both teams, putting a lot of pressure, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can actually hold on to that high tempo.
Danae Skelton had a career high of 14 against Montmorency and 4 steals as well. Has made 19 threes, 11 offensive rebounds, and for the season, shooting 87% from the line. And again, the free throws have been almost a cavity for the Cavaliers in this early going in this matchup.
Yeah, hopefully they'll try to capitalize more on those free throws during that game.
And again, the angst ever so prominent now for the Cavaliers, cannot find a bucket. Looking for an outlet, they find it out. Going to the near side, to the far side it comes. A jumper. That is in. Rims in and in. And a shot from Montmorency, who's averaged about 5 per game. And it's 17-2 lead. And silence has beckoned for the Cavalier home nation here.
Great movement by Montmorency. You can see she followed through, following after her teammate driving to the basket. And she was all alone for easy 2.
Saudi Issa with 2 points right there. And they're down by 13, 17-4. So Champlain gets back 2 as we have 1 minute left. This will be the lowest output of points they've had in the first quarter in a very long time. Here's Montmorency's jumper. Splash!
Exactly, almost same play as we just saw before.
A carbon copy indeed, and a 19-4 lead for the Nomads. Here's Skelton, the #1 team in Quebec, on the ropes. Skelton's finger roll goes through.
Great job finding the opening, going left to the basket, and she really finished well.
And back with it is Fusa now. Post play is Montmorency. She's double teamed, back out to the far side. Into the paint. Teardrop is too strong. Rebounds Frost. Shot clock should be off. And with 14 seconds left, can the Cavaliers get some momentum of something down by 13? Sauda, high off the end, and in it goes.
Great job. I saw that finishing on that basket, giving a bit of momentum going into that second quarter.
And a double sub coming in here as Oliver along with Flaugin will come in. And can the Cavaliers, and right now, even though it's a 19-8 lead from the Nomads, are they feeling any pressure knowing that they have a lead on the road going towards the second quarter period?
Exactly. You know, as an underdog a bit in that game, I think they'll have their target on their back the entire game, and I don't think Momo is, in any position to kind of just feeling comfortable. They'll have to really get it and be the hunger from that game.
We're through one here from St-Lambert. It is Momo 19, Champlain 8. The visitors pulling off a massive shock to this game here. Stay tuned on Cavs TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV as we get ready for second quarter action. Gab Hebert, Mo Khan on the call, and we look at the first quarter stats. The biggest difference is the rebounding edge to the Nomads. 19-10, 10 offensive rebounds, and that is a massive stat in the first quarter of action.
No, absolutely, that's huge. And another very important stats here is the free throw line. 5 out of 6 compared to 0-4. If they can hold up to that stats, they'll be hard to beat.
And right now, hard to beat Montmorency, and she is in fuego on 8 points so far, the first 3 of the evening for either side, and a 22-8 lead. Diop on the end line. Diop walks, caught in 2 minds, and this will go back to the Nomads. And right now, that first intermission talk for George Mouse to his troops has not really set the team more relaxed moving forward.
No, exactly. They very seem to be, in a position where they lack a bit of confidence. They play, a bit on their heel. They'll really have to try to reconnect in that second quarter to make sure that they don't lose that game.
And now here they come back the other way. Champlain is plus 34 in the second quarter this year. Nomads minus 23. However, it is a plus 14 for the Nomads, up by a score 22-8 in the early going of the second quarter. Rayo driving, slashing, too strong. Rebound, right over it comes to Diallo, and away come the Nomads the other way. A disjointed first quarter for the Cavaliers. Switch of play pass now coming through again is Zoutien as she finds an outlet to Diallo on the near side.
Yeah, Diallo so far already at her 7 rebounds, so she's being a good key player for them. Starting pretty strong that quarterfinal game.
And Caitlin Frost with an unforced turnover, and this goes back to the Nomads. And coming back in the game will be Fusa once more for the Nomads. And with 8:43 left, a 22-8 lead for the Nomads in Montmorency. And right now, this looks like the Nomads of old when they went to multiple nationals. In fact, they won a national title here on this very court in 2014. So they do have some magic on this court. A crash of bodies, recovered by Flaurgin, and back up to Chloe Oliver. She drives, slums her way through, and right into the end zone it comes, and a loose ball and out of bounds.
Really see like nothing's going, in their favor. They've been creating some opportunity for themselves, and then having, a fumble, stepping on the line. So
right now, they're lacking the cutting edge on offense to get things going here in this first half. Down by a score of 22-8. Diallo splits, fouled, and free throws coming up for her. And that big place, Fusa going to the line. I apologize for that. As she finished with 8 points against Edouard, the fourth leading scorer on the team. Led the team with 7 threes this year and 21 offensive rebounds. And now they're at the free throw line once again. And that is a perfect passport to victory, hitting your free throws and putting the vice on your opponent. And that does not go through. Only a 50% free throw shooter on this roster. Average about almost 6 a game for the Nomads. With 8:20 left, looking to add on to the lead. And that is the double miss. Rebound right to Frost, and it goes out of bounds back to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, even on that miss, you see great hustle. 3 Momo player, crashing those offensive boards. That's exactly what you need when you're in a playoff game.
Here's Sada back with it. Over to Oliver on the right wing. Now she's double team. Again, it's the same MO. They attack the ball carrier in a 2-on-1 transition. Up and short, rebound. And is a dash and smash for the ball, and it goes right back to the Nomads. 15 left in the shot clock. Montmorency's hot. Montmorency, extra pass. Jumper's too strong. Rebound right to the Cavaliers. And now Sada's being trapped along the end line by Ayango, and she barely gets by and over the midcourt stripe in time. And the teardrop going coast to coast, can't finish, and a crash right to the Nomads, and back with it they go with 7:38 left.
And guess who grabbed her 8th rebound? It's
Your
Diallo.
Favorite player, Diallo with another rebound. Here's a jumper. Splash! Ice veins going through, and a big 3 right there. And for the year, the Nomads shooting only 17%. Timeout called by the Cavaliers. Jamel's not happy. They're down 25-8. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. Gab Hebert, Mo Khan on the call. 25-8 lead for the Nomads over the Cavaliers. It's been all Nomads so far. As Gab made the point before, essentially everything they've touched has gone in the nets.
No, exactly. I think so far the percentage is quite low for Champlain, so they'll really have to regroup. And, sometimes on those nights, shots just don't fall in. So you have to go to the basket and create easier opportunity.
Well, there is no second game here. It's a one and done. And the Cavaliers do not want to be one and done as the number 1 seed, which would be a shock to the Quebec Waves. And this will go out of bounds. And right back to the Cavaliers with 10 left on the shot clock. And it feels like, Gab, from a player perspective, from when you played at University of Asia, it's very static right now. Not much movement or communication on the court for the Cavaliers.
No, exactly. Well, it's because of Momo's also pressuring them on defense a lot, creating that chaos. And then Champlain's going on offense, not very structured. And you can see that so far it hasn't been pretty successful.
Montmorency in the jungle. No good. Gets it back. Here's a three from the center arc. That's off the back heel. Rebound right to the Nomads. It is a magnet for them to get the ball back on the second chance. A three from the far side. That's off the back heel again. And that goes to Sauda. And you're seeing a double, if not triple team every time someone has the ball for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, great inside-out plays by the Nomads so far.
Oliver, difficult, and a whistle and free throws coming up here. 6:33 left. As Jabril got a nice respite, and she'll be coming back in the game with the luxury of a 25-8 lead.
Yeah, Oliver has been very great at driving to the basket, creating opportunity for herself.
And now at the free throw line is Chloe Oliver. 7 times had led the team in assists, had 6 against St. Foy. Sorry about that, Gab. 6 against your former team over there. 29 for the year, made 11 threes, and one of the top free throw shooters on this roster at 83% and makes the first one. And with 6:33 left, that might be their calling card to stop the clock and attack the rim and get these free attempts. And that is good, 25-10 lead. Do you think they'll put a press now if you're Georgia Mouse and the Cavaliers?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how Momo reacts to it.
Long ball, that is airmailed out of bounds, and this will be Cavalier ball.
Great job, great efficiency, cutting them after free throws, putting them out of their rhythm, and it worked.
For the year, the Nomads have averaged about 33 turnovers per game, which is in the bottom half of the conference. And now Oliver nutmegged the ball through the legs and a foul instead. Second team foul here, and Montmorency's off the court right now. And with her ability to really manipulate the other end of the court, they can ill afford to have her on the bench with her strength that she's had so far.
No, absolutely. I think Champlain needs to capitalize on having her sitting a bit to get rest up.
Lanafa, the alley's not worked through. Rebound and a jump ball, and the arrow pointed towards the Cavaliers with 6:12 left.
Great effort by Florian on that rebound, getting a bit physical with both teams.
Sada will be the inbounder on the end line. A cue of about 9 inside the paint. And now they spread out looking for an outlet, and will find it to Skelton in orbit. The BC native now locked out in eyeball to eyeball, going towards her right. And that is a walk by her as she was caught in two minds, and a turnover against the Cavaliers as they get the ball back to Nomads.
Yeah, great job by Fripon reading that screen on defense and making sure that she didn't get beat on that drive.
Champlain has shot 38% from the field this year. The Nomads 30%, but right now the edge has been to the visitors from Laval. Montmorency diving, loose ball at the logo comes, and saved in time, this time by Lamotte, and back up ahead it comes. 6 left in the shot clock, double team, and now we're starting to see the same application by the Champlain Cavaliers, and a giveaway, and that does not go through. Loose ball, and right to Oliver, and it's been a demolition derby of body clashes going at it back and forth, and now it's back to the Cavaliers with 5:37 left in this quarter. So timeout call by the Nomads, Gab. What are they going to see in that huddle here, knowing that they're up by 15, but it's starting to loosen up a little bit in terms of their structure that they've had on both ends of the court.
Exactly. We've seen in the past few plays that it's getting a bit chippy, meaning that, both teams are kind of driving to the basket, getting some offensive rebounds, but not being able to execute plays well. So I think they're trying to maybe reset a bit, making sure also that they have their press offense ready if, Champlain's starting to press them again, as they made a big turnover on that last play. So I think it's just a matter also to get a quick breath, regroup, and making sure that they stick to the game plan to end that first half ahead like they've been doing so far.
Right now for the Nomads, we know what they have at stake, being where they are up by 15. What's an ideal target number for the Cavaliers to get down? They're down by 15. We're about, 5 and change left in this first half.
Yep.
By the 2-minute mark of this quarter, they should be down by how much?
Well, the goal is always to be by less than 10. Coming back after first half, having that, shaky first half, a bit like nothing that they would have wanted to. But I think if they can start that second half by, 8 points down, even 6 points down, I think it's like it's game over. And then the game is anybody to grab.
Skelton, give him a go from Oliver from the center arc. Splash! And a sense of relief for the Cavaliers, down by 25-13, a big three for the Cavs.
Yeah, great job. Momo trying to put a zone, mix it up a bit, but then Champlain reacted well.
Montmorency too strong. Rebound for Oliver, and away they come. They're fizzing, they're pushing. Layup is good. 25-15 lead, and now a 5-0 run for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed to really get back in that game, get that confidence back, and making, a fresh start again.
And over it comes. Here is Fusa now, looking for an outlet into the teeth that goes. Saved by Oliver, 4:40 left, and a 25-15 lead. And now the momentum starting to go into the side of the team gray. Lanafa's jumper. Off the rim, rebound, Flaugin fouled, and free throws coming up for the third-year player with 4:28 left.
Yeah, you can see right away that, when I start to change team now.
And of course for Flaugin, 4 times led the team in rebounding, had 14 against Trois-Rivières, had 19 blocks, 31 offensive rebounds. And now at the line for the first time in this quarter, down by a score of 25-15, but free throws has been the Achilles heel for the Cavaliers this evening.
No, absolutely. So far, they haven't had a good chance to capitalize on those easier shots. And we'll see if she can make both.
And the first attempt does not go through, down by 10. And we talk about the last time they played each other, Champlain had 50 rebounds, 13 on the offense, 37 on the defense. And perhaps the monopoly rebounds might go back in the favor of the home team, but they have missed on both free throws. And so far now, they are 0 for 6 from the free throw line. That's 6 crucial points that could be the difference in this matchup. And a walk. And you wonder now, Gab, for this young Momo team, if they're starting to feel the pressure, realizing that, hey, we are in the lead, but we're not over yet in this matchup.
No, exactly. That's a hard thing to do, giving that good balance of taking chances to increase that lead without, going away from the game plan, which so far has been, putting a lot of pressure on defense and crashing the boards like crazy.
And they do crash the boards in that situation off the miss from Oliver on a one and done. And back with it they come. A basket by them would take the relief of pressure off their shoulders.
Yep.
Here they are back with it. To the center arc it comes. Pressure defense as the Cavaliers have been much more active with their hand placement. Here's a jumper. Montmorency's off target. She's been cold. Long ball to Lanafa, 2-on-1 on the right wing. Lanafa in for 2 in a 25-17 lead.
Yeah, great job. Great job doing easy pass on fast break. That's the type of point you want to get back in that game.
And back with it are the Nomads. Looking for the backdoor cutter. They go to the wide side, far end. Driving. Confidence denied. Fouled. And Flaugin has to be careful. It could have been a technical on that reaction by her with 3:23 left in this quarter.
Yeah, no, I get that reaction. She was, in a good spot. Could have been a no call on that play, but the referee seemed to see otherwise on that play. But, great intensity, and we like to see those type of emotions.
Of course. Because the Nomads mastermind an ultimate shock to victory here. Smash and grab to pull off the win here on the road. And they will hit on that free throw. And now a 26-17 lead in this first half. They've led. And for them to be up by 9, they were up as much as 15 at one point. Now up by 9. So the Cavaliers have gone into single digits, but this could be up to 10 once more on this free throw attempt. And that is good for Mayongo, who's only shooting 45% from the free throw line and hits on both attempts coming up.
No, they really been focused on the free throw line, and you see they had success.
She had 4 against Edouard Montpetit this past Tuesday, the third leading scorer. Sauda, Euro. Extra pass near side 3 for Skelton. Off the heel, rebound, Dubula, in for 2.
Great job following the ball by Dubula, making sure that they don't get an empty trip.
And that was almost an empty possession to get it back in the nick of time. Diallo swings it out, and that will be a one and done. And you're starting to see maybe the angst start to creep in here, Gab, with the Nomads.
Yeah, exactly. Is it tiredness, or is it, Champlain kind of starting back their confidence and putting a lot of pressure? But Momo's going to have to be careful if they don't want to lose that lead too quickly.
And Oliver loses the handle. 3-on-2 now for the Nomads. Here they come, racing down the court. Diallo, extra pass near side. Pass jumper is no good. That was on target. Rebound to Bula. Back up to Oliver. Skelton to her right. 2-on-2. And now that's back-to-back possessions that Oliver has had. The ball slipped from her hands, and it goes back to the visitors.
Yeah, you can see from the rookie player, those type of mistakes can cost very high in the long run.
That is off the mark, saved by Skelton, and she will bring it back up with 2:10 left in this first half. 27-19 lead for the Nomads over the Cavaliers. Lanafa from the right corner. Around Montmorency, difficult shot, no good. And the easy basket attempts have not gone through yet for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, you can see that both teams are quite tired. I think they'll want to regroup at the halftime, make sure that they get a good rest, because they're starting to make some mistakes, some mental mistake, a lot of turnovers.
And Indigo Jerome made a caught in 2 moments right there in the mindset, and that will be a timeout called by the Cavaliers, and they'll make a hockey sub, so they'll make subs galore. So no timeout here, as there's now a completely new 5 out there for the Cavaliers as they go with a much smaller lineup to perhaps match the speed length of the Nomads.
Yeah, as Nomads are switching back to man-to-man defensive plays, trying to stop.
And Cummings comes up strong, a poacher of points in the paint, and a 27-21 lead with 90 seconds left. And now, Gab, it's down to 6.
Yeah, I think we're at the scenario we've just been talking to. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Momo can, pull it off.
Jerome
2 more quarters.
Coming through, difficult shot, missed this time by Lamotte, and back with is Diop, as she's got Rabisa to her right and 3 to her left. Rabisa's first touch in the attack zone. Here is Rayo from the center arc, the third-year player, going to Ottawa University next year. Rabisa's 3, back heel, long rebound, and away they come back the other way. Fusina back with it, and that goes through and saved by the Cavaliers as we're inside a minute left in this first half. Rayo, track speed is on display by both. Diop, strong, and fouls.
Great job, great find, right in the paint, using her strength to make her way to the basket.
Has started 7 games, 11 defensive rebounds, has averaged about 16 minutes per game. Tomahawk call by the Nomads. Stay tuned here with 42.9 left. It is Momo 27, Champlain 21. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. Gab Hibbert and Mo Khan as we get ready for the last action of this first half. It has been very wild, if that is the proper term to use. Unscripted chaos has unfolded here in St-Lambert with the Nomads up by a score 27-21 late in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure that Champlain would have not hoped for that, slow start, but they're starting to get back in rhythm and, working their way back into that game.
And for Diop, only a 41% free throw shooter, and the first attempt is good. So they break the cherry on that,
yep.
which is a relief here because, again, they were 0 for 6, and that's a big free throw, now down by 5. And that is going to be the same status right now, down by 5. And, again, the Cavaliers going with a pressure defense with Frost at the head of the press and away, and they break it indeed. And back with it are the Nomads trying to work their way through on the end line. Strong extra pass picked off by the Cavaliers, and that is saved by the Nomads. And they just want it a little bit more right now than the Cavs. Here's a nice jump step pass, and that's right to Jabril. Into the jungle comes Jabril. Kick out. Diallo with it. Jumper is off the mark. Cleanup is good. And a 29-22 lead. Last shot coming up here for the Cavaliers. Rayo back with it. Looking to go around the end line. That's poked out of bounds with 1.4. And Gab, there's not really much in the playbook with 1.4 left.
No, exactly. I think it's going to be, finding the open player, trying to maybe go to the line, getting a foul. If they can get an opening, and we'll see if Momo, use more of a zone play to make sure that they really stack the key, or if they stick to the man-to-man game.
So with them down by a touchdown of 7 points, using football terminology, how big would that field goal attempt be for the Cavaliers to hit it now, going to the locker room?
Oh, I think for sure, for momentum-wise, that would be key for them. We'll see if, with 1.4 second, if they still have enough time. Having 3 seconds would have probably be a scenario that is more ideal, but it's very interesting. We'll see, who's going to take that last shot of the half.
And you wonder, it could be Skelton, it could be Sauda, who's been awfully quiet in this first half. And if you're Champlain, it could be a lot worse. They were down by 15 at one point, and if they're down by 7 at minimum, I mean, they can be thanking the basketball guys. I think the Nomads are very happy to have that lead going to the halftime at minimum.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, they've been having a slow start, like we mentioned at that game, and slowly starting to get back. So I think if they do have a great start in that second half, they'll for sure take back the lead in that game.
Champlain on the end line. They have a lineup of 4 along the edge of the left elbow. Rio looking. Frost has it. Frost at the buzzer, too strong. At the end of the first half, Momo 29, Champlain 22. Stay tuned here. We're through 20 with 20 more of Jeopardy minutes upon us. Could the Nomads pull off the smash or grab upset, or can the Cavaliers keep their hopes alive of a trip to VIU? Stay tuned here on Cavs TV. Welcome back here to test 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Test 1, 2, 3. Welcome back here. Welcome back here to Cavs TV as we get ready for second half action. Momo 29, Champlain 22. I don't think anyone in Las Vegas had this score line at halftime of what it is, but right now, the bottom line is Momo's made their shots. Montmorency with 8 points. Champlain have not made their shots. They're 9 of 30 in the first half. So, Gab, starting off with the visitors from Laval, what is their key? They're up by 7. This is uncharted territory for this young team on the road in a playoff hostile environment. How do they maintain their focus and try to finish off this game with a win?
Yeah, well, I mean, so far from experience, I think defense is key. Defense going to be key in that second half. So far, they've been putting a lot of pressure on Champlain, making them, quite a few mistakes, having them, 14 turnovers. But I think also one of the key factor right here is really free throw. We've laughed about it a bit in the first half, but Montmorency's 7 out of 10 compared to 3 out of 10. That's exactly right there, the difference in points so far.
And for the Cavaliers, what is their key? They're down by 7. And it was 15 points at one time in the second quarter, but they got down to half. What's their key to start off this third quarter?
I think we've seen them having a lot of success when they're doing a lot of fast break, running down the floor, making sure that Momo is getting more tired so they have less pressure on them on defense. So I think that's going to be key. Making free throws, that's for sure, but also continue crashing the boards. And
turnovers.
Turnovers,
like right now.
Yeah.
And the first turnover going towards the Nomads, and this will be back to the Cavaliers as they go with Frost, Rayo, along with Oliver, Sauda, and Flargin. Jabril, the big hitter. Montmorency has been a player that was in there, now taken off on the unforced error, and she was the hot hand in that first half. Diallo was a monster on the boards for the Nomads, and they have, in fact, 31 rebounds, 14 offensive rebounds in this matchup. Sauda from the right side. Jumper is short. Rebound, Flargin. A new 14 for the Cavaliers. And she's walled off by a wall of blue. And now traffic jam, still fighting for it. No possession, clean. And this is going to be a jump ball with Frost with it. And back to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, good hustle on both teams. Jumping on the floor. That's exactly what you want to see in a quarterfinal game.
And right now, it is 31-15 for Dawson over Lennoxville. And 17-13 for St. Jean against the Cheetahs. And back with it is Flargin, and a whistle. That basket counts and one. 29-24. I was surprised he let that ball go through on the motion of how it elongated towards the net.
Yeah, I think she's really being the key player so far for Champlain, really working hard. She's not having too many points on the board, but she's really making her presence felt.
And Flargin misses on that free throw. That is now 3 of 11. That's 8 missed free throws, and the scoreline now is 29-24. You wonder if that might come back to haunt Champlain at the end of this game. Still in the zone. Here is Jabril from the elbow. That goes through her legs, and she was nutmegged by the ball, and now the arrow should be back to Momo. And with 8:55 left, it will be Nomad's ball.
Yeah, slow starts for Momo, having had a clean shot so far, so we'll see if they can maintain that pressure.
And pressure has definitely been the moment here. They've had a dream start, and can they be in dreamland by the end of this matchup, up by a score of 29-24. Swung out to the far side, heavy low, and that's deflected by Frost using the telescopic arms to poke that ball out of bounds with 4 left on the shot clock. And Gab, not much left. And this is not a Nomad team that can launch it from distance with ease.
No, exactly. So they'll have to for sure drive to the basket, try to maybe get a foul on that play.
And back with it. They were a quick shot that's too strong. Rebound, and that will count. And a 31-24 lead. And now back up by 7 are the Nomads.
Yeah, that's a miss that you don't want to see from Champlain,
Solid shot's too short. Rebound right to her, and they get a second crack at the apple and a new 14. And Sugar bring it back out in orbit. Watch close this time by Zoutien. going up, all in and no good on that one. Rebound Fleurgin, and that's too strong. Fleurgin can't get the rebound. Frost does. A new 14 for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, Fleurgin has been aggressive on those offensive boards, giving her team a second and a third chance to score. Even here, still very involved. You know, having those hands a little bit everywhere, touching the balls and hoping to get a steal.
And now Linaf will come back in. Dribble will come back in. Frost is off. And for Kayla Frost, not a good evening for her so far. Only 10 minutes played, no points yet. And they'll bring in some depth players. And back with is Dribble, and she'll give it back off. And here is Fosa now back with as we have 8 left in this third quarter. Fosa now working her way through over the midcourt stripe. Inside 8. Post play again. Nice first step Dribble. In for 2.
Yeah, she's really being confident, you know, driving to the basket, finishing well. She's been one of the key factors for them tonight.
Oliver, she's had a tough night, and now a jump ball arrow pointing towards the Cavaliers. That would have been almost 3 turnovers on 3 possessions at her right hand being the fault on that.
Yeah, really great team play by Diallo as well as Fripon. Really been, you know, putting a lot of pressure on those Champlain guards and making them, you know, doing easy mistakes.
Rayo, double, triple team. Momo ball. Here they come back on the 2-on-2. Bounce pass given away right by, and Lamotte will give it back over to Sauda with 7:25 left. And Jadul not happy about that. And a 33-24 lead is what he'll be happy about right now. For 3. Off the heel, rebound right to Diallo, and that might be her 55th rebound of the game so far, Gab.
No, exactly. And a 4th shot, you know, from Oliver, not making the right decision, and that could be costly down the long run.
And that ball's rejected. Another jump ball arrow, and this should be Momo ball with 7:03 left. And for Diallo, 14 rebounds for the evening so far.
Yeah, a lot of jump balls so far in that second half.
It's a bit of a skittish start here for either side. It's been encompassing jeopardy with Champlain down by 9. And with 7:03 left here in this third quarter, this might be their money quarter because they are plus 59. And for the Nomads, minus 67, which is their worst quarter of the 4 this year.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting also to see that, you know, Champlain team who's throughout the whole season, I've been more in control of games rather than, you know, being down in those type of situations. So we'll see if those younger players are able to get back in the game and fight through it.
Oliver in. She went coast to coast and broke the door down on that basket. 33-26 lead. And for the Cavaliers, their last loss was over 4 months ago at Dawson. They have not lost at home yet. Debula denying that ball out of bounds off the Jabril shot. And we might see a matchup now with the size of Dubula against Jabril, who's been problematic for the bigs for the Cavaliers.
No, yeah, absolutely. Great job just following her through, making sure she's not getting any foul. Great job down there by Dubula.
It'll be inbounded this time by Ayango on the far end line. Back out to Jabril. That's not her shot, and she'll bring it back out. And this time to Zutien. Here's a 3. That's too strong. Rebound of Oliver. 6:25 left here in this third quarter. 33-26 lead for the Nomads. And back with it is Diop going towards her left. Could this be her last ever home game? She does not want that to happen. Trap, foul, and that will be the second team foul on the Nomads. Non-shoot coming up here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, great pressure down there by Nomad. Just making sure that you don't do too much, not getting into foul trouble.
And this will be side out here for the Cavaliers. A 6:16 left gap here in Mocon. A 33-26 lead for the visitors from Laval against the home team of St-Lambert in the Cavaliers. Diop looking for an outlet, finds Sada on the far side. Watch closely, man-to-man look now for the Nomads. Post play Dubula on the left side. She comes out now for the pick right. High-low interplay. Dubula walled off, double team, off balance. Shot won't count, and a travel going the other way.
Yeah, great job down there. We haven't seen too many pick and roll, from Champlain tonight. Seem to had a lot of success in the past few games.
South of 6 to go in this third quarter. Back with it again is Ayango. Watched by Oliver. Nice first step. Here's the open 3 from the left corner pocket. That's too strong. Clean up is good. So the miss in the cleanup and execution flawless on that ending.
Yeah, very efficient, keeping this lead almost by 10 points. It's going to be hard to Champlain to come back in that game if they don't get back in their rhythm.
And Sauda's jumper from the deep end, 35-28 lead. And a big response for her. She gets the first two of this quarter. And now the Cavs are down by 7 once again. Just when the Cavs think they have the answers, the Nomads change the questions. Diallo denied. Dabula putting her hand up there, and now the Cavaliers are back on the run, looking for help. Oliver back with it, jabbing, dancing her way through, and she'll go back out to Sauda, who will now push back against the attack. Sauda, finger roll, is in.
Great job, great penetration. Might not even be a foul on that play, but there were no call. A great follow through by the star player.
35-30 lead as we're now south of 5. It is now down to 2 basket lead and a turnover against the Nomads. Cavalier ball. Gab, are you starting to sense that maybe a timeout might be needed for Momo to calm things down?
Yeah, I think they need to cut that run if they want to stay ahead in the game. We saw good plays by Diop from Champlain, who hasn't played too much in the first half, and now he's making her presence felt both on offense and on defense.
Champlain is only given 55 points per game. The Nomads 65 points per game. Both are well off the mark right now, but now for the Cavaliers, they need to be much more of a cutting edge to their attacking end. Here's Diop for the center arc. Driving, finger roll is in.
Yeah, like I just mentioned, she's kind of a key factor right now in their comeback.
Here's a 3. Off the range, rebound, Diop, as he made the name, and Oliver with the rebound. Diop, of course, having a big basket right there. Not known for his scoring, but coming up big on that possession. Here's Oliver dancing, losing the handle, foul. And with 4:10 left, again, Gab, you wonder, you've been in this position before where a team's momentum starts to shift to the other side here. A timeout might be a good moment here for Jadul and his troops to get things relaxed at this moment.
Yeah, no, exactly. I think it's going to be hard for Momo to keep up that lead. If Champlain come close, to tie it up, anything can happen from them.
Here's Frost. She has on 0 points. She's trapped, losing the handle. Frost now, and that
great hustle.
It's not been a dream start for her. It's been a nightmare game for her, and you wonder for the confidence for her how she can regain that in this matchup.
No, exactly. From a start player, she's being a bit shaky. Not looking too confident. So she'll have to kind of make sure that she gets her composure back to end and help the team to win tonight.
Third leading scorer on the team. 42% field goal shooter, 24 offensive rebounds for Frost, a rookie from Chateauguay, Quebec. Champlain ball on the end line, 9 seconds left on the shot clock, 4:05 left on the big clock. And here is Frost. Posting her way through. Frost, high-low, Cummings, pirouettes, backdoor, in for 2. 35-34 lead. The Cavaliers now on an 8-0 run in this last few minutes of play. And now they're buzzing. They're smelling blood in the water. Momo ball. And now Jadul calls a timeout. And what will be said in the George Germanos huddle with them down by 1 in this third quarter?
No, exactly. You see already that momentum is starting to shift. Champlain as doing little things. They're just crashing the offensive rebound, taking their shots, not forcing anything. I think it's the key right now in the second half of them.
And what's Jadul telling his troops right now? Because they've had the lead since first quarter, and now here they are at the fork in the road where it can go in their favor or maybe off the ship into the ocean of the abyss.
Yeah, I think you can see that, some of the players are starting to get a bit tired. They've been putting a lot of pressure. That's their game plan tonight. Putting pressure, making Champlain do little mistakes and capitalizing on that. So I think they'll have to make sure that they do smart plays and not force anything either. Just sticking to the game plan, driving to the basket. They've been using a lot the in and out game, in and out play so far. So they'll have to make sure that one of their best players tonight, Jibril, get a lot more touch than that.
Well, a 35-34 lead. Gababert Mocon here from Champlain. 3:45 left in this third quarter. This game is full of edge and twitch and jeopardy. And right now it's Momo ball with 15 left on the shot clock. They took a timeout. Could this give them a little bit of a relaxation and breathing in terms of where they are up by 1? Back out to the center arc. Here's a 3. Off the front rim, 50-50, right to the Cavaliers off the missed shot from Boku, and back with his Oliver. If they hit on their next field goal, Champlain's back up. Oliver, here's Frost in the left wing. Frost going up, too short. Rebound, Cummings can't get to it, and that's a complete befuddling of the ball going through everyone's legs and back out to the Nomads with 3:10 left. Here they come back with it. Fosu now in a 1v1 against Oliver. Eyeball to eyeball. Post play, whistle, and that will go against the Nomads.
Yeah, too bad for Montmorency. She had a great position down in the key. Unable to get a touch.
And Montmorency, unfortunately, has not found her shooting boots in this second half.
No, exactly. She hasn't had too many opportunity to make a quick run for them.
Could Champlain retake the lead here in this third quarter? Here's Cummings from the center arc. The 3 in the lead. Front rim. Rebound through Diop's hand. 2-on-1 now for the Nomads. Here they come down the right wing. Montmorency layup is good.
Yeah, crucial basket from Montmorency on that play. You know, just getting on the edge of who's going to take the lead. So great job, great fast break opportunity. Making it quick too.
A 5-point swing, a 3-point miss, and a 2-point convert. Frost going through her left. Finger roll and 1. And for a player to get that first basket at this crucial moment of the game here, Gab, is massive for the mindset for either side.
Yeah, exactly. Just for her confidence, you know, going left, making that tough basket and 1. And now we'll see if they can have an extra point.
And now Caitlin Frost could tie this game up here. A 42% free throw shooter, however. And it's been the bane of the Cavaliers' existence for today. And Frost misses, gets the second bite of the cherry, the lead, and now 2 more free throws. And in fact, the Cavaliers, Gab, with 2:24 left, will be at the bonus level for the remainder of this quarter.
No, exactly. Great job following through her shot, making herself a second opportunity, and even could take the lead if she makes both free throws.
And Jabril is back in the game, and that's massive because they were missing that poacher's size that she has on both ends of the court. And now we are back to parity, 37-37. And now a new script has unfolded in this movie that we've seen so many plots of twists and turns. And for the lead, yes. Champlain back up 1. And now could the Nomads retake the lead, and the Cavaliers going with a 1-2-2 press. Flaugin, stolen ball. Skelton now has it. Could this be the passport now, Gab, to get back this lead and hold it for good for the Cavaliers?
I think another factor that we've, starting to feel is the home crowd advantage. The crowd had been pretty silent so far because of Champlain's slow start of the game, but I think we're starting to feel that, and the players also are starting to get hype.
Oh, I thought they were here for you. That's
no, for you.
They're not for me.
They're coming to see you, obviously.
Never come see me. 38-37 lead turnover on the Cavaliers. This will be Cavaliers on defense. Momo ball with 1:59 left on the game clock in this third quarter, and we might be down to a finish that could be heartbreaking for either side. And Jabril now has it. Champlain up by 1. Could the Nomads get some points? They've only scored 8 in this quarter. And now a stolen ball for Skelton. She had 4 against Momo the first time around. And that's a massive turnover in favor for the Cavaliers. Skelton dancing, going right to left. And she loses the handle. Got too cute on that. And back with her are the Nomads in transition. So Jabril almost walked. No call. Driving through the paint for the 2 in the lead. Yes! Genty with the shots.
Yeah, great finish.
Had 2 points, 4 rebounds against Edouard, and that could be a massive basket for her. And the Nomads back up by 1. Frost facing out in a 1v1. High-low, Flaugin in the paint, losing the handle, and that's another miscue by the Cavaliers. And here come the Nomads. Skelton using the long arms. Frost open, and that is saved right into Jabril's hands. And back with her, the Nomads with 1 minute left here in this third quarter.
Yeah, the Nomads probably want to slow pace a little bit, making sure that they get another shot.
And here it is. No good. Rebound Oliver with 48 seconds left. So Champlain could work the 2 for 1 now with 45 ticks to go.
No, exactly. On those type of possession, you have to make sure that your guard, is taking control of that position
Oliver misses it. Oliver fouled, and Montmorency spikes the ball. And again, the referee's allowing that extra push of the basketball and no tech going against either side.
Yeah, I think they know that emotion, can get in the way in those type of games. At least it's not getting out of control.
37 seconds left here. Both coaches have been off their benches. They've almost created like a little hole in the court of them going back and forth. And Oliver for the tie. She misses. And from your perspective, perhaps rushing the shot too quickly, not taking her time?
No, exactly. I think they starting to, feel the pressure a bit of making those free throws. And you have to just, go back like you're doing it alone in a gym, like you've done 1,000 times, and just focus a little bit more.
Momo gave a right hook to the jaw of the Cavaliers. They stumbled, and this will be Momo ball going the other way. And now the Cavaliers have come back with their body blow shots towards the Momo attacking front. And now we're back to parity, 39-39.
Yeah, great pressure on defense with that press. Really putting a lot of pressure and slowing down the Momo's offense.
And back with it is the start for the Nomads, Diallo. Montmorency's been quiet, now working her way through, losing the handle. Diallo on the end line, too short, out of bounds. 4 left on the shot clock, and back to the Cavaliers. So they'll have 17 left on the game clock. Shot clock is off, and this could definitely change the pendulum of who has momentum going in the fourth quarter if Champlain does convert.
Yeah, you see a quick change to make sure that the star defensive players are on the court, trying to slow Champlain down.
And Lenaf.
And trying to end that quarter head-to-head with a good steal there.
And stolen back. Here come the Nomads for the lead. 4 seconds left. Jabril at the death. Yes!
Ooh.
And even she's surprised. 42-39. We're through 30 with 10 to go. And now the momentum back in the hands of the Nomads going to the fourth quarter. Stay tuned here on Cavs TV. One more quarter to go. Could the Nomads pull off the smash and grab, the ultimate sucker punch, or will the Cavaliers come through? We'll find out here in the fourth quarter. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. And looking at the out-of-town scoreboard right now, Dawson up comfortably over Poitiers, 41-21. And right now, it is a 32-22 lead for Saint-Jean. I believe that's
Saint-Foy.
Saint-Foy, that's right. I beg your pardon. That's your school. I forgot. Yeah. I forgot it's always the CSF.
Exactly.
I always forget about that one there. So right now, the heavy hitters are winning, except for Champlain. Dabula's shot is in, and that's a big one for her. 42-41 lead.
Yeah, great job going on the board right away from the get-go in that fourth quarter. I think it's going to be one that goes down the wire till the end.
2 years ago, the Cavaliers beat the Nomads in the bronze medal game and a walk. And Jadul not happy about that, thinking that was a foul gap.
Yeah, I think he's starting to get that fourth quarter pressure. Wanted to make sure that his team is ready and in full fully on for that last stretch.
It's like the driver in rush hour stuck in traffic. Not happy about that.
Yeah.
42-41 lead for the Nomads. They've held the lead for the bulk of this matchup. Champlain's had some glitches of leads. Here's a 3 in the lead for Oliver. Off the heel. Rebound. Rayo attacking. Linafa in for 2. 43-42 lead. Jabril's got the hot hand. And now in transition the Nomads. And that ball goes out of bounds, and the frustration coming through for Zoutien, not happy that there was no one around her.
No, exactly. I think you have to stay composed. Even in that fourth quarter, if you're, starting to get some frustration because the other team is coming back, you can't show it up because the other team's going to fuel on that and capitalize on your mistakes.
Of course, talk about turnovers in this matchup right now. They are 23, the Nomads. Champlain at 22, so almost 50-50.
Yeah.
Oliver for 3. Well off the range. Still in the Nomads' possession, and back here they come. 3-on-3. They can work this well if they want to play the numbers in their favor, and they'll attack with ferocity. Back out to Diallo. Post play, Jabril. To the near side it comes. Good ball movement by the Nomads. Jabril denied. Saved by Sauda. A big stop because that would have been 2 points right there.
No, exactly. You can see that Champlain has been using a 2-3 zone, really trying to put pressure and capitalizing on those mistakes from Champlain.
Rayo's trap, stolen. Excellent defending. Centurion-like by the Nomads. Here comes Diallo. She's been the quiet hero so far. Jumper's no good. Rebound right to Oliver. Poked in the face. No foul. Play on as Champlain will have the advantage up the midcourt stripe. Sauda now watch. Eyeball to eyeball. Closely. Here is Oliver. Switch of play. To the near side it comes. Oliver dancing. Going to the right side. Space. Leaning in for the layup.
Yeah, great job. She just froze her opponent and was all alone going to the basket.
That was where you have the arts meeting the science in that basket right now. In a 45-42 lead for the Cavaliers, the biggest lead of 3 for the tie. That's off the front rim. Rebound Linafa. And you wonder now, Gap, perhaps the grip, the bite is starting to loosen up here for the Nomads.
No, exactly. Great job by forcing them to take those, contested shot and having a lower percentage of making those.
Sidecar pass. Linafa, Sauda's 3, no good for the Linafa pass. Rebound, and away comes Diallo, all by herself with Largent back, stopping on the dime. Fadeaway is good. She's oozing with confidence today.
Yeah, great job keeping control of her body and stopping.
Rayo for the layup. In for the deuce. Off the glass. 47-44 lead.
Yeah, Champlain has been very good when they can use their speed to make sure that they drive to the basket.
And back with it. Crowd is back in the game, and now Champlain's back in the game. Fosa now has it. Watch Rayo. Pick right from Jabril. Fosa looking for an outlet, finds it, driving through, deflected, wall off, 4 seconds left on the shot clock, 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and a violation, and that possession lacked any ingenuity for the Nomads.
No, exactly. A good defensive presence by Champlain. Putting just enough pressure, just enough aggressivity, but not getting any fouls. Their star player are getting a quick rest to be there for the remaining of that fourth quarter.
And you're starting to see the depth of Champlain really working its way through, bringing in 5 fresh legs for the last 6:20 or so. Skelton now with the 3-point lead for the Cavaliers. Janae Skelton from BC, from the interior, looking to go back to her home province to VIU for the Nationals if they can win 2 games. Here's Rabisa. Frost looking for an outlet. Champlain's got 4 behind the line. Cummings. In.
Great find by Frost, who's really been coming alive in that second half.
And now 49-44 lead for the Cavaliers. Frost gets the ball back. Champlain has been on a 39-19 run since they were down 25-10. Diop losing the handle, and she might have been caught in 2 minds with the excitement of the lane opening up for her, and it goes back to Momo.
Yeah, no, that's too bad. She really made a good attack on that end, and was just short from making that basket.
And now with the other Nomads. Down by 5. Biggest lead for the Cavaliers. Here they come, and Rabisa's hands getting that ball out of bounds, and that goes back to the Cavaliers. So last touch by Zoutien. This will be Champlain ball.
Yeah, no, great job, putting a lot of pressure on those Momo guards, forcing them to make mistakes, risky passes, and it pays off so far.
Here's Cummings. Watched against Montmorency, crossing. Left jumper for Frost. That's her position. No, she can't hit. Rebound, and that might be Momo ball. It is indeed with 5:18 left. So now a 5-point gap here, Gab. This game's not out of range at all for the Nomads. How do they approach now? Is it strong defending, or is it trying to win those second, third chance rebounds on offense?
No, I think they have to continue attacking the basket, trying to make Champlain mistakes.
And that is what you call a full court blitz, and this will be Momo ball. However, it's 19 left in the shot clock, so they got 3 seconds left. So what is the course of action to get this over midcourt without the violation?
Yeah, they'll probably try to make a long pass, just to make sure.
They do
exactly.
Indeed. And recovered by the Cavaliers.
Yes, great recover. The Cavaliers read that well.
Cummings rims out, rebound, and that goes back to the Nomads with 5:01 left. The witching hour is now upon us here at St-Lambert.
Yeah, and you see that it really switched. Like Champlain are going more and more, crashing those boards, putting a lot of pressure on defense. Coming alive is key for them.
And that's a big basket coming in for Lamotte, and that's a big shot for her. Had 11 points and 5 rebounds in 15 minutes of play against Edouard, and now a 49-46 lead. Back down to a 1-score lead. A 3 for Rabisa. That's off the front rim. The Nomads with the rebound. They get tied up with a 3. They're on a 3-on-3. Here they come, Zoutien, and a charge.
Big play once again by Diop, really making the small details and really having a big impact so far in the game.
And Zoutien getting a little shove from Diop on the way back down the other court. And the love loss has been non-existent here. And now Champlain back with it. Quick hands, and that goes back to the Cavaliers. Gab, welcome to March Madness. And a 49-46 lead. And this game has now a profound jeopardy. What could happen? Trapped, loose ball, stolen by the Diallo. Here come the Nomads, and now Diop back with it. Jump ball arrow pointing towards where? And this will be the Nomads ball with 4:23 left.
Yeah, that's too fortunate. Getting too excited on that steal, trying to force things. Take your time, regroup, and make sure that you do take those opportunities, a second chance, and by stealing the ball and make him pay.
Catch and shoot jumper. That's missed. Rebound right to Rayo. And now could the Cavaliers add some insurance policy to this lead? Up by 3. Sauter shot no good. Rebound Montmorency, and Schill will circle the wagons, give it back out to Diallo, who has been a warrior for the Nomads at both ends of the court. Here's a 3 in the tie. Yes, big shot. Dagger into the hearts of Champlain. We're back to parity.
Big shot, big efficiency when you do make, the right play. They didn't force anything, trying to find the open player, and they made it in.
And now it appears Lamotte is hurt. She might have suffered a Charlie horse as Jabril comes back in. And with 3:50 left, who's got the momentum here, Gap?
It's hard to tell. It kind of switched from place to play.
And it might switch again here. As the Nomads can retake the lead if they hit. Back at the controls is Genty. She had a big basket, almost lost the handle. They'll give it back out. To the near side it comes.
Yeah, I think the crowd's going to have to support their home team, making sure they have that 6-player effect.
Jabril, whistle, foul on the Cavaliers. That'll be the first team foul, and 1 each. And this will be no more ball on the side out in the Champlain territory with 3:33 left. And this will be the 3rd foul on Flargent, who's had foul issues of late. And they can ill afford to lose her with the size of Jabril out on the court as we speak. Back out to Montmorency on the near side. Watched by Frost. Giving her the left. Switch of play to the right. Post play. Jabril losing it. Frost gets it back. Oliver back with it. 3:24 left.
A great job by Frost, doubling to help her teammate and stealing the ball.
Oliver rims out. And back over it. Nomads 2-on-1. Can they work the numbers? And they won't. Stopping whistle, and that will be a foul against the but against the Cavaliers. And you wonder now, with 3:09 left, is perhaps the anxiety picking up here for the Cavaliers in this late stages of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, type of foul that you don't want to see, being too aggressive. It's not going to help your team.
49-49. Open! Too strong. An absolute sitter, and missed by Fusa, and back with the other Cavaliers, and they dodged a bullet right there, Gab.
No, exactly. Those are, type of plays that you have to capitalize and make in that end of the fourth quarter.
Frost going up, too strong. Oliver fouled. Whistle, free throws. And you know who was on the bench? Diallo. And you wonder if she was on the court, Gab, that might have not been the situation.
Yeah, no, great job. Great job by Oliver following through her shot. Going back to the line.
And here's the storyline. It's a tie game, but Champlain's missed 10 free throws. And these are the biggest free throws of the season. 50-49, 2:47 left. If Champlain or Momo are to advance, they would play Sunday afternoon. Momo to be determined. They would play the higher seed. Champlain to be determined. They would play the lowest remaining seed.
Great job by the rookie player, making sure she put her teams on top.
Pressure defense, and they break it. Here's Diallo, 2-on-1. Montmorency, right side, fouled, and we'll go to the line for two. And that's not the worst case scenario because Montmorency is only 60% free throw shooter this season.
Exactly. Great find by Diallo. Really pushing that fast break.
Diallo had 11 assists. A big part, she had 4 assists in the game on Tuesday against Edouard, 11 in total for the team. And a 51-50 lead for the Cavaliers over the Nomads.
And it'll be interesting to see if they do make that free throw. If they start back with that full court press, trying to slow them down.
And that had too much depth. And you wonder now if the pressure's starting to really crack for the Cavaliers with 2:34 left and the hammer back in the Nomads' hands. Diallo finds Eyango. Here's Diallo on the left wing. Flaugin on her. Diallo's got speed and a whistle and a foul. And Flaugin did use the forearm on that situation.
Yeah, great job by Diallo. Really trying to take advantage of her full momentum.
And with 4 fouls, Gab, what do you do with Flaugin? Because this game is going to have a photo finish at the end.
You gotta keep her on the court.
For the lead, short rebound Flaugin. And now back up to Oliver. 2:20 left in this ball game. Heart in the mouth moments now. The heart beating the rib cage ever so loudly. A 3 in the lead. Splash! A 2-pointer, I beg your pardon. So a 2-point lead.
Yeah, that was a bold shot.
And a crash of bodies. Charge going the other way. And back to the Cavaliers with 2 to go. And now we're down to the final stages here. Do you call a timeout if you're... they will call a timeout.
Yeah, I think he read his mind.
I read the mind here. So, Gab, going into the mind of Momo first.
Yeah.
They're down by 2 with 2 to go. You just had a turnover on a charging call against your team. What do they look at now in these final 2 minutes here and trying to regain the lead here?
Yeah, I think they're going to have to go back to what they've done well, driving to the basket, trying to play that in and out game, not forcing any shots. I think that's going to be key for them. And lastly, for sure, crashing the boards like crazy, giving your team second, third opportunity to try to retake that lead.
So for Champlain, it's been a very, how could I describe this word? A very nervous, out of this outer body world experience for them.
Yeah.
They're up by 2, but it's not a safe 2-point lead here. They've had some issues. So what do they have to do now to close out this game and get this victory and move along?
Yeah, they got back in that game by putting a lot of pressure on full court pressure against Momo, forcing them to make some turnovers and, slowly starting to make their free throws. So I think, going going in the end of that fourth quarter, having probably a lot of free throw opportunity to just keep on that small lead that they just got. So I think that's going to be key for them. And you know, star young player Diop, we'll see if she can hold on to the pressure and take their team to the semis.
Again, who can find the kill shot here for the Cavaliers? They've taken a blow to the jaw, the Cavaliers, as the 1 seed. And with 2 to go, their season could be done if they don't hold on to this lead. A 1-2-2 press again for the Nomads. They trap. They will get it. And the arrow pointing towards the Nomads. And again, the lack of desire by the Cavaliers, looking a little bit lazy trying to break that press.
Yeah, Momo having a lot of hands, you know, caught those balls in the air, really doing a good job throughout the entire game. And they have a lot of success.
And you can see the frustration on Chloe Oliver's face. And with that, it is 1:51 left here in this ball game. And that will go off of who? And this will be Momo ball. Jamal's trying to work the referees on that turnover. Could not get that case in his favor.
No, and the referee really staying calm, just explaining why that call is happening.
And that is unforced error by the Nomads. And this will be Champlain ball. And you can see Jadul not happy about that. It was too much meat on that pass from the inbounds.
No, exactly. You know, sometimes trying to go for that home run. You know, she saw her teammates quite open, but she couldn't get it. She couldn't get ahead of the ball.
That was more of a pop fly for an ounce. With 1:49 left here, 14 left on the shot clock. Since the side out on the midcourt. Railed inbounder.
Yeah, good possession. Really key position right there for Champlain.
This could change the dynamics of this game here, the complexion of what this could be for either side. Frost on the left wing, on the end line. Bounce pass. Sada Rayo from the center arc. 5 left on the shot clock. Frost will drive at the buzzer. Short. Rebound, Jabril. And now the Nomads can tie it up with 90 seconds left or take the lead with a 3. They know it, and they're in possession. Diallo on the right wing. Diallo for the lead. Off the range and saved by Frost with 1:19 left. Racing up the court, up to Rayo, and they can calm it down if they desire, and they will indeed. Sada, near side 3. Splash! Perhaps the kill shot. 5-point lead, 1:11 left.
Yeah, major shot to give back, you know, a 5-point lead with less than a minute to play. That's going to be hard to come back from it.
Would you call that a backbreaker moment here for the Nomads, knowing that they had a chance, but now they're down by 2 baskets? So how do you break it down here for the Nomads? Down by 5. Do you go for the 3 or the 2-point basket attempt first?
No, I think they'll probably try to go for easier 2 than a 3-point shot. You know, keeping that maybe 3-point shot till the end. But they for sure need a quick basket. They need a quick basket to make sure that they stay close to Champlain on that last play. That was really a dagger, and it kind of hurt because after those kind of last possession that were a bit, you know, shaky, a lot of mistakes. So that must have felt good. A little breather for Champlain on that last play.
And you know we have to give the player of the games at the end, so we got to figure that out afterwards. But right now the focus here for the Nomads, they're down by 5. If you're the Cavaliers, what do you do for a defensive call? Are you going to press? Are you going to? What is the call for them right now since it's going to be half court for them?
Oh no, I think it's going to be keeping the pressure. You know, that's been working well. Just trying to make sure that they don't do enough, too many aggressive and foul for you know, far from the basket. I think that's going to be key for them.
Diallo can be the big hitter. She's trapped along the end line, out of bounds, back to the Cavaliers, 1:04 left. And now do the Nomads play the foul game to minimize clock, or do they play it out here on this possession?
I think they have to play that possession, trying to stay out of the free throw line. But after that, they'll have to foul.
She's trapped and gets it over the nick of time. Frost is now double teamed. Back out to Sada. 52 seconds left in this ball game. At some point, they're going to have to do something, the Nomads. Here is Flarget facing up. 5 left on the shot clock. Back out. Oliver for 3. Misses. Rebound. Saved by Flarget, out of bounds. And this will be Nomads ball. with 37 seconds left.
Yeah, great job by by Oliver, almost making that corner three-point shot. Who would have probably be a deal breaker for the end of that game.
Timeout call here by the Nomads with pretty much very little racetrack left here. They're going to have to load up the cannons and get something going. So this is going to have to be one of those quick scores, you would imagine, and then play that foul game out at the end.
I think they'll probably, like we just saw last play, Diallo trying to get to the rim quickly and then having like a big intense pressure on defense, try to force a turnover.
Right. And we will give out those game balls afterwards here. And there has been some big moments in this matchup, so we have to look at that afterwards, Gab, on who is the player of the games for Momo and for Champlain. But right now, if Champlain were to hold on, they would host on Sunday afternoon here at St-Lambert, to be determined who they'll face. If the Nomads were to pull off the smash and grab, they would go on the road to either Dawson, St. Foy, or who knows wherever for the Sunday afternoon game on short rest. And for Coach Dadoul and his team, it's been one of those games where they had a lead and chipped away, and now the Cavaliers are up by 5. They went on a 46-26 run here in the second half. Poked away, Flaugier's got it. Breakaway coming down the lane. Flaugier will circle the wagons smartly, looking to kill off more seconds and force the Nomads to foul here.
Yeah, now they have to foul. If they want to go back, they do have to foul right away.
Rayo has it. 20 left on the big clock, 10 left on the small clock. Sauda, 6 seconds left. Oliver from way downtown, off the rim, and that will do it. 10 seconds left in this game. And the Cavaliers will avoid disaster, and they will escape over the hills, heading home with the victory, and they will advance to the semifinals on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm sure they had a good scare on that one, but to be honest, it's not too bad. Moving forward in those playoffs, having to come back adversity, it's gonna probably help them to make sure that they do have that confidence at winning it all.
A remarkable game and how it played out. A 46-26 run for the Cavaliers, a plus 20. Whatever was said in the halftime locker room speech, amped them up, because in that first half, Gab, they were literally in the parking lot chilling out.
No, they were down. They were not, playing their game. They were feeling that pressure of being that number 1 seed, that's for sure. And, just sticking to the game plan, slowly making the small things. And, at the end of the game, it paid off. They came back, and they're on their way to the semis.
And for the Cavaliers, would you say Chloe Oliver was the MVP with what she did, 14.7 rebounds?
Yeah, absolutely.
And for the Nomads, beg your pardon, Diallo, even though she had 17 rebounds and 4 points, she might have been the reason why they were still in this game here.
No, exactly. I think she really made her presence felt. She was crashing hard. She played a good defense, and she really was the heart of the team on that floor tonight.
Well, for George Mouse and his Nomads, his Cavaliers Big Pen, they get by the Nomads to win this game here 56-51. And now is time for the player of the game for Momo and for Champlain coming up here.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who gets the award of the game.
And we'll find out who will indeed. And for this young Nomads team, looking to get back to the pantheon of the Blue Bloods. And for the second season in a row, the Cavaliers and the Nomads season with a win over them in the playoffs.
No, great job by the Cavalier, by that young team who has had success throughout the entire season to win it at home.
Not what she wanted.
No.
No player wants that. And for the Cavaliers, we'll find out who the player of the game is coming up. 14 points, 7 rebounds. But those were massive 14 points that she had in this ball game. In fact, at halftime, she had 5 and had 9 big points in this game, and they win by 5 at the end of the day. Was there a turning point, Gab, in your mind that really changed the complexion of this matchup?
It's hard to tell if that was exactly like one turning point in that game because momentum kind of starts shifting just maybe towards the beginning of the fourth quarter. I think it's really down to the defensive pressure that, Champlain kind of start to get more momentum, getting some steal. I really like to see also Diop's implication. She really kind of had those small moments, but that sparked the entire team and really made an impact on that game.
So looking ahead now for the Cavaliers, they'll play in less than 48 hours. I believe my math is correct, 40 hours. I don't know if my math is correct. I've never been good at math. But with the hour change as well, moving up the clocks by an hour, what is their preparation now on a short turnaround with whoever they face on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, for sure getting a bit of rest, also focusing on the game plan, doing a bit of video, and I think also just, keeping the confidence, that's for sure, and, building on that last fourth quarter.
And so Champlain will play Vanier College here on Sunday afternoon. That will be a very fascinating matchup because Vanier gave Champlain the toughest run up until tonight here on the scoring by the Nomads. So now they'll have Vanier. Short turnaround here for the Nomads. Now they're going to have a long off season here. What can they take away from this game and now in preparation for next season?
Yeah, no, I think they really battled hard and fought throughout the entire game. Their intensity, their rebounding has been outstanding throughout the entire game. And I think they're going to have to build on that, having that grit mentality and really working hard, what has been a successful, just not enough, but almost to steal that game tonight.
Well, Gab, we'll do this again on Sunday afternoon.
Absolutely.
Vanier and Champlain here, the semifinal game. The next win by either side will punch their ticket to VIU, the site of the Nationals, in 2 weeks' time, and a chance to play in the gold medal game next Friday. So it'll be quite fascinating. A lot more at stake here. Champlain can ill afford to have this type of performance against a much better Vanier team in terms of the roster size that they have.
No, exactly. It's going to be very interesting. I think starting the game in a much faster pace is going to be key for them. Playing against Vanier, like you mentioned, who's had a couple of good games this season and are going to be quite an opponent.
Well, we'll find out Sunday afternoon here, 1 p.m. tip-off on CAST TV. Gab here and Mocon will be here for the game, and we'll find out who will be punching their tickets. 2 spots up for grabs in Quebec and the semifinal action that we'll have on Sunday. Gab, great job by you as always. Great to reconnect with you once more.
No, exactly. Thanks for having me.
And we'll talk soon. We'll see you on Sunday. Bye for now.
Absolutely.